Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, talking all over the background music because I don't even know. Right, where should I begin? This next level is fairly long, so I shouldn't spend too long on the world map screen because I don't know if we can fit it. Well, we can probably fit it all in one episode, it's just I know that there's a lengthy level, a fairly lengthy boss from what I recall, and yeah, I have stuff to talk about anyway, so let's go. Game? I pressed A. Oh, dearie me. First of all, though, before I talk about anything relevant, I forgot to close the blinds in my room, and so I can't see the screen, and there are some dark parts of this level, as the title there implies. So, I think, while you're having this exposition, I'm going to maybe jump into fucking... I don't know, I'm gonna abandon the game for a second so I can close my blinds. So if I don't speak for a minute, that's why. I might have post-commentary Tess take over to explain what's going on.
Why, thank you, present commentary Tess. Yes, so, we found this guy in a Pope hat and a spare Nagapoko. He is indeed the High Priest of the Temple. He says as if that's somehow an obvious conclusion to draw without him saying so. But, yes, so... honestly, I don't remember what I actually say later in this episode, so I'm not entirely sure how much I should already cover. But, between last episode and this episode, Guardius with a moon pendant brought about a solar eclipse, and he's opened the moon door, which means the Moon Kingdom, which does exist after all, will be reawakened, and that has something to do with dreams and giving shape to the world. I don't know. That'll become more apparent later. You'll see. In the meantime, we have a level to contend with, and it's quite a lengthy one, tee-hee, but yeah, the whole gimmick here, which he's going to explain in a moment, is that it's kind of got a day and night cycle of sorts, except it's because of the solar eclipse, so sometimes it's light and sometimes it's dark. When it's dark, certain platforms appear, but enemies become completely invincible, as I reiterate many times, as you'll see in this episode. But when it's light, obviously enemies function as normal, but there are some platforms that you can't use, that sort of thing. And, well, I'm glad you're going to give us an attempt, because otherwise we've come all this way in the game with bloody... you know, we've come all this distance, solved all these problems so far, and you wouldn't let us go any further just because, I don't know, you don't like our faces? It's a bloody good thing that you're letting us through. So, yes, back to present commentary Tess in a matter of seconds. Enjoy the episode, my lovely people. Anyway, yes, let's begin.
Well, thank you for that no doubt riveting explanation. Post-commentary Tess, present commentary Tess is back in the house, and there's nothing back to the left there. So, yes, this level has two major gimmicks, one majorer than the other. Obviously, the more obvious one is the themes of light and dark, where when it's dark, the enemies are invincible. If you're holding one, when the light changes, it'll pop and you can't use it. You can't attack them, you can't do anything with them. And then the minor gimmick is there are these platforms that'll sometime, well, they'll be completely pass-throughable in the light and only actually usable in the dark. So the dark isn't a total hindrance. It's like it's very much a thing of two things. And in case you'd forgotten, are you going to shoot fire anytime soon? Because you look like a fire thing. No? Okay, well, fuck you then. But yes, there are these platforms that only activate in the dark, and yay, solar eclipse and stuff. But fuck you. Now, there are quite a few, like, not switch puzzles per se in this level, but, like, there's a lot of switch shenaniganry. But one thing that I do remember rather vividly is that, there are these sort of eagle jet plane enemy things, from what I recall, that, like, fly towards the screen in some sections as just your generic kind of, you need an enemy, so here, have some enemy fodder. And it's really hard to tell when they cross the D that we're using to walk across. So, like, they go from the front to back, we're going from left to right. It's hard to tell at what point they're gettable, you know? Well, I mean, it'll be easier once we actually run into a couple of them. Also, there are some areas that are kind of quote-unquote haunted. Like when it's dark, there'll be these little pink flying turd things that chase you around, and they, like, you can't, like, if you attack them, they'll stop for a moment, and this is how you get back up here. There's no point coming up back up here. Back up here, yes. You can't grab them, you can't wind bullet them, they just follow you around, and if you touch them they hurt. And there's Giant Moo, we haven't seen one of those in a while. Like, this is our proper first fight with one, and wow, that was so difficult. And, yeah. These crystals up here, they kind of, certainly in the PlayStation version, they gave you a really good indication of like if the light was about to change into darkness and vice versa. Whereas in this, oh, they just sort of turn on and off. That's not really helpful. In the original, they would be a bit more like they'd glow. I don't remember if the sound effect that they played is still in this version or what. And yep, just in case you've forgotten, this is still the Temple of the Sun. You still have these fire jets everywhere. And one thing that I sort of drew attention to, yep, flying enemies turn into the... Oh, there's one of the Chasey Poos! Hello, Chasey Poo. They just disappear in the light. They are not... And they're not the dark equivalent of anything, they just follow you around. Anyway, another one of these chambers. Yeah, something that I noticed in editing, just in general, sort of looking back on this game, something that I would have passively noticed as a child, but without really putting any stock into it. The levels that have all these different... Oh, I remember that enemy for being notorious, like, you can't tell where it's gonna land, and so, like, 9 times out of 10 it'll hit you. We are the 1%. Oh, this... I remember having trouble with this section as a child, because it needs to be dark, but there's this fucker in the way, and fucking... nightmare time. And I missed one! I missed one! And there's this... fucking, what is it, Battle Rock Galaxy section? Oh, well, this game came first. Well, the original, don't know, but it reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy. Anyway, if I can get to the point of the story, the level, like, the little icon things that you get for each level. Oh, here are the fucking jet plane fuckers. Yeah. I think there are 2 levels with the Coronia symbol, 2 with the Jugpot symbol, and then, I think, 3 with Forlock Forest, I think, I want to say. Yeah, 3. And then 3 with the Wind Village emblem, and that's it. Well, that's not it, but I mean, bleh. Like, you would have thought that there would be more than just 2 for... a minimum of 2 for each symbol. I don't really know what the point I'm trying to get at is. Anyway, for this puzzle, just take off the armour for each enemy. Don't bother, like, killing one. If you kill the big one, but not the little one, from a distance, then it'll drop all of its gems. And so... or dream crystals, rather. And so you won't be able to, like... You won't be able to grab the dream crystals before they despawn. Now, this bit, I remember, it's... like, I have a surprising number of memories for this level, considering I never much cared for it as a child, but this section, it's really difficult to know, if you're coming through on the first time, whether you're supposed to go right or left first. Go right because, like, blah, 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 blah. On the left path, you come across a point of no return surprisingly quickly, which means you can't come back to this section on the right, which means that you'll permanently miss, well, not permanently on this run. You'll miss all these dream crystals and that, like that section of the 6-piece puzzle thing. How did I not get hit there? That was impressive. Anyway, you need to take the... if you go down to the left, then you'll spawn past the point of no return. If you go up and to the right, you'll get what I just showed off. If you go up and to the left, well, this is the point of no return here. Like, if you go up this way, you can hit that switch, and so you can come back up to this door. If you go underneath, then that block will be in the way. You can't come to this door, you'll miss this collectible, you'll miss these dream crystals. This is kind of an unforgiving bit of level, because, like, once you're down here... oh, I suppose maybe you can jump back up that way, but it's still kind of rude and unforgiving. Now, I know there's a bit coming up. I don't remember where it is, either relative to here or in the level's geometry in general. But I know there is a part where, like, there's an entire gimmick based on... there's an enemy in a cage and, like, 5 switches, and come on, I hit that. And I could keep going that way, but I want to break this egg open first. Wait, hang on, there can't be a... I don't know if there's anything of value in that egg or not, because I don't know if it has, dream crystals in, because it can't have another piece of the 6-piece puzzle, because we've already got all of the... You want to spawn anytime soon? We've already got all 6 pieces of the puzzle. It's just a heart thing, we're fine. Don't want to grab an enemy, because... like, you would have thought that part of this puzzle would be grabbing an enemy and then getting over here before the darkness comes to get rid of the enemy, but no, you can... like, these switches, you can actually turn them back off again and use this as the platform. You would have thought you'd need a double jump from one of those anti-D enemies to... like, you have to grab one of those enemies that are difficult to grab, get on that moving platform in the bottom left, come down here and double jump to get up here, all before the darkness happens that would make your enemy go poof and unable to use. I can grammar so well. But no, you can just... oh, get the fuck out of the way, you flying turd. Like, that's all I can call those, that's what they are. And there is a gimmick similar to this, with the... well, not really, like disappearing platforms in a different capacity in levels 6-1 and 6-2. I think they're in 6-2. Yeah, they're in 6-2 as well. Anyway, 2 checkpoints in the same room. Wow, it's mind-blowing, but we can't get up to that level, so... This is the bit I was just going to talk about. You go around the outside of the temple, and there are a bunch of switches. And then you hit the switches, get the bitches, like each one opens this door a little way, and once you've fully opened it, you can get that moo and use it to do the double jump to get to the second checkpoint and progress in the level. Oh, this bit here. Both of those are golden moos, like that they're in golden armour. You need to hit the bottom one 3 times in order to get its dream crystals. And you can only do it when it's light, which means that you have to do one clean run of grabbing the moo, going all the way back around to that side of the room with the moo, and hitting the enemy, all before darkness happens, because while you're holding a moo, it goes poof and you can't use it. How many times have I said that already? And I'm gonna try my darndest to do this as well as I can, because this is completely optional. It's just for if you're going for getting all the dream crystals, which I intend to, and that's something that... did I talk about this already? I don't remember. But I thought maybe, once I'm back at university... Oh, really? Once I'm back at university, maybe, once I finish this game, I'll finish this game and then, have some moment of quiet, and then afterwards come back to this game in the form of, a live stream, because I'm not really a live stream person. I've not actually been able to live stream prior to getting the Elgato for my birthday, which I did. But, there we go. I thought maybe, because I did talk about going back to previous levels and getting all the dream crystals in them, and that, considering how many times I might have to do a level over, as a result of... Oh, fuck off. As a result of, fucking up one section, one double fairy section, or accidentally going past some dream crystals and not picking them up, which is possible in Jugpot. Oh, come on, how did that miss, you fuck? It would be rather repetitious to have to go back, have to keep restarting a level if I miss a bit, for instance. And so that's, well-suited to live streaming, I think. Up until now, like I said, I've not really... I've watched other people live stream, I've watched, Lucajin, Josh Jepson, and I actually helped Yukio LaFi with his test stream as well. And I thought, maybe I should get into it myself now that I can. Fuck you. Yeah, now that I can fuck you. Yeah, maybe I could. I've not actually messed around with the settings of it. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I've heard the terms, X-split and that stuff bandied about. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I'm gonna have to talk to Yuki about, because he's experienced it. And so, I'm gonna see what it's like. And maybe that's the thing I'll get into. I do have a Twitch channel. Oh, fucking hell! I just only use it for commenting on other people's streams. So that might be a thing I do. So do let me know if there's any interest for that. Doing a stream of this game, getting all dream crystals, and presumably having to do this section over and over again, because I just cannot... the time stress gets to you, because, as I've said so many times, if it's dark and you're holding a moo, it goes poof and you can't use it. Oh, what the fuck? What even was that? I'm gonna cut until I get it. What? What? Did I... What just... What? The what just... I'm gonna watch that back in post, and I hope I got all the dream crystals there, because to me it just looked like the enemy poofed and didn't give me any dream crystals, and hopefully my number went up, because if it didn't, I'll be a little bit salty after all that effort, I think I had one unsuccessful run between cutting and cutting back, and this is another one of those Mario Galaxy sections, not as long as I remember. And I think this is the end of the level. Please tell me I got all of the things. Yep, this is the end of the level. So, how much you want to bet that we run into Joker once again, and in true Joker fashion, he sticks another irrelevant enemy on us that we've had no prior... we haven't seen it yet, it's out of nowhere, it's a giant space flea from nowhere. It'll be completely irrelevant. You can tell I'm building up to something ironic, can't you? So, oh, actually encountering Guardius. Well... That's a bit of a level up. Oh, Joker has failed him, yeah. Well, maybe if you just fortress yourself instead of sticking these really easy random enemies on us. I mean, Rongo Lango, fucking Delgborm, Pamela, Seedolf. Is it Seedolf or Seedolf? I can never... It's one of those names where I have the serious Mandela effect with it. It's the same way that Josh Dubovy, I swear I was born in a parallel universe where his name was Josh Dubovny. And then there's the whole Berenstein, Bears thing. They weren't even part of my childhood, and I'm freaked out by that weirdness. Well, freaked out isn't really the right word, but anyway. So, Guardius is out for non-specific revenge. He's an intensely cookie-cutter villain. Like, in fact, rather similar to Bagu and Gilius from Empire of Dreams. He doesn't like people who dream. He's got Luffy's! Oh my, that could be a sex position. Wow. Evil butterfly humping a tiny diva. That sounds more like martial arts, to be honest. Anyway, so, he's summoning the Moon Kingdom. There's an egg in it. Maybe that's a metaphor, I don't know. But, okay, Joker, what bullshit random enemy that has no relevance to anything are you going to throw at us this time while chasing after your master? Oh, no need for what I just said, because breaking the fourth wall? Okay, humour me, what don't we understand? Really? Okay, well, fucking throw a random enemy at us then. Am I hamming it up too much? Is it blatantly obvious that we're just going to fight Joker because that's what's happening here? So, I mean, come on, you're tiny. I mean, at least twice already. In 2-2 and 3-2, we've just walked up to you and booped you in the face with a wind bullet, and that's been enough to kill you. And we're high up in the sky. I think a combination of wind bullet to the face and impacting on the ground about 60,000 feet below. I'm not good with measurements. I think that'll be enough to kill you. So go on. Yeah, this isn't going to be difficult. Then again, you know, oh, okay, you've put on a bit of weight there. Doing a little knight-style bow. Now, this is an interesting boss, because all he does is, you know, rock around the Christmas tree like that with his fighty gloves. And if you hit the fighty gloves, then he takes no damage because the enemies just bounce off the fighty gloves. But remember the level we just came from. There's the whole light and darkness thing to contend with. And do those torches around the edge have any significance? Because I feel like they might. I think... Oh my fucking god, is this boss arena a giant clock? Did I never notice that? Anyway, yes. This boss, like, that's actually a surprisingly good run. Because normally I only hit him like once or twice before going into this phase. But then again, maybe the Wii version is just a bit more generous. But, yeah, when nighttime happens, or well, when the darkness happens, he turns into this monstrosity. And the only way to restore him to a beatable form is to run around on these, which go from purple, which only appears if he's down to half health, to blue, to green, to yellow once again. We need to restore all the panels to yellow in order to YOLO. Also, if you get a nice combo going of like touching multiple panels in a row, because you can kind of... I can't hear because I got the TV muted. You can kind of hear, like, they do this kind of musical noise as you walk along them. If you get a long enough chain going, which isn't easy to do because you have to keep jumping over the enemies and all his attacks, it'll make a heart spawn. And I don't really... Like, technically I need it, but I don't really need it. And yes, the hearts do kind of go full seppuku if you don't grab them in time. So, back to a fightable form, because, as we've established, enemies are invincible when it's dark. And so, you know, the timer resets, and we're back to this nonsense again. Not as hard as I remember. As a child, I thought this boss was the shit. In multiple senses. Like, in terms of difficulty, and in terms of, okay, ow. Double ow, because you killed my moo, my ding-ding-dong, my thra-la-la. I don't know, I just remember... Like, I love the gimmick of this boss, but it is a gimmicky boss. Plus, you need to be really accurate with your hits, otherwise you're a little bit fucked in the face, as if you're giving multiple heads. Oh. Normally it takes me at least 2 or 3 cycles of darkness before beating him. So, clearly, I'm some sort of star. I've got my game on. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. You and your penis sword eyes. You can just die. No one will miss you, Joker. Seriously, although... I don't remember what his voice is like in the English dub of I can only really call it a dub because that's what it is, but I don't know, he reminds me of Meowth from the Pokemon anime. I don't know why. I don't remember what his voice sounds like certainly in the English. In the Phantomile, I vaguely recall. So, it's a classic instance of he was just stalling for time anyway, like sacrificing his life to stall for time, and the Moon Kingdom's being summoned, but as I said, it's at this point in the game where the story gets really, really heavy and serious, and he's just gonna fucking go the way of the other bosses that we've beaten and just sort of go boom. But yes. So, FMV, I want to say? FMV sequence. It looked a bit more epic in the PlayStation version just because there was a huge disparity between, like, the actual levels and the quality of the FMVs, whereas with this, it's all the same quality because it's actually of decently high quality. It's not very polygony. So that... I swear I used to remember the significance of that thing that just popped, but that's the seal that was holding the Moon Kingdom away or something. So, every area we've had so far had these giant spinny things. Did you think I was freaking about that cog for nothing? But yeah, the windmill of the Wind Kingdom, and the fucking the water wheel of the Water Kingdom, the cogs of the Forest Kingdom, combined with the Shooty McGee of the of the Temple of the Sun, is enough to bring to life the Moon Kingdom, and it is pretty as shit. Kind of reminds me of Church Mountain from Pumpkin Hill in Sonic Adventure 2. Possible future Let's Play, who knows? Well, I know, so shut up. Anyway, like I said, the story starts getting heavy around this point, and the music sort of goes next level epic, and fucking look at all those crystals. If that's not beautiful as fuck, then... Okay, well, there is that. Nightmare energy being thrust out from the crystals. I mean, it's pretty, but, you know... Oh, Pamela, doing us another favour by flying through the air like a big, dumb goblin. No, that's, Muhammad Ali and... what's-his-face? Michael Jordan, I want to say? Anyway, in the next episode, we will take the fight to the Moon Kingdom. Everything's pretty as fuck. Like, the Moon Kingdom is beautiful aesthetically, and its music is gorgeous, and just all of that. But until then, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and I will leave you with the music that we've compiled so far by getting all of the collectibles that we've got thus far. Enjoy! By the way, after all that, I still missed 4. And I know which 4 they were. They were in that double fairy section. Fuck. Anyway, Moon Kingdom's pretty. We'll do that in the next episode. And... well, yeah, see, did I mention just how much better the game is now that I can fucking see the screen? Anyway, see you next time.